Hello, YouTube, and it's great to be talking to you again. It's been a long time, been a very, very long time. In a way, we're waiting 5 years, but with me, I'm really waiting two because that's how long it's been since I felt really comfortable doing what I'm doing. I've been keeping it together, keeping it going, but like not really going the rate I'd like to go with ball in Europe for the last 2 years, and it took me really until the last couple of months. Most of it was the pandemic. There was a bit of pressure in my day job, but most of it was pandemic stress to really know where I wanted to go with what we're doing, what we're going forward with. And I was trying to piecemeal it out. And it was great that I was doing some other media stuff, like a lot of commentating and contributing to other people as well. And obviously the podcast with the guys. But even with that, you could see I was doing less of it. But fuck it. I'm actually thrilled to be back doing what I love and doing it the way I want to do it. And that's what we've got here. We are two sleeps from EuroBasket. And like, I took over this site in the middle of a EuroBasket in 2013. I still managed to get my pick wrong despite us starting the playoff rounds, well, the round after the opening round being precise, and managed to pick Spain to win. We all know what happened there. And yeah, it's been a ride. It's been quite a ride. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a tiny part of me that was afraid during the pandemic that I'd come to the end of this ride. But bottom line is, I never wanted to get off, and I still don't want to get off, and I don't see a time I want to get off this ride because I just love covering European basketball too much. And the day job was a stress, obviously, but the pandemic was the bigger stress. It was very hard for me being stuck in here in these four walls, even when I was doing my beer videos, which some of you watched on my other channel, just to get emotionally attached and involved. But I've got a few things going for me that have helped a lot. One is a fantastic girlfriend who's been tremendously supportive of me in every aspect of my life, not just basketball. And another is just some really great friends. But a big one, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of saying it, is y'all out there. Because I disappear for ages and I come back and you go, hey, like reading that, lovely hearing from you, great to keep talking. Listen, there was a lot of you who understood that I was going through my stuff and that there was a lot to get through. And the one thing I grew a real appreciation of when we weren't allowed to go out, and even to be honest, in the early months after we were, was I miss going to live stuff, mostly live sport, but not just live sport. Like so, live arts events, a little bit live gigs. I'm not the biggest concert guy going. Like I'm a bit of a. I like them, but I'm more of your earphones in, pop the feck out, air guitar while walking down the street guy. But I've just been going out of my way the last couple of months to just get back out going to games, and I mean American football, soccer, Gaelic football, hurling, everything, but most especially basketball. I've been very lucky throughout all the years I've been doing this job, but particularly during the pandemic, that I was able to go to events when people couldn't, in my capacity as a journalist. And now I get to go to what, frankly, is my World Cup. No offense to the FIBA World Cup, my Olympics. No offense to the actual Olympic basketball, but EuroBasket. It is the most gloriously stupid festival of basketball. 18 days, 9 games for the winner. And this is how you decide who is the reigning king of Europe for 4 years. Which, when you think about it in that context, it's hilarious. Like, you think about how, say, the Spanish league or the German league or the Austrian league or the Hungarian league, any league across Europe decides its champion for 1 year, the number of games they got to play, all the playoff games, all the layers and layers and layers. The idea that 9 games, 4 of which are single elimination, not playoff series, decides who's the boss for 4 years is gloriously funny. Like, I mean, it's brilliant. Like, I've loved that Slovenia have been able to roar it over the world. Now, just to be clear, Slovenia, I'd have rather they'd been able to do it for 4 years. That's only because I'd rather we were back to normal a year ago. Nothing against you, God loves Slovenia. And if you do it again, I'm not going to hold it against you being 9 years. But I will hope it isn't 10 years, purely because that'll mean something else bad happened. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Slovenia. But yeah, it's just great. And I mean, the biggest thing for me is gonna frankly happen at the very start of the tournament. Well, part one of it will. Part part one will be when I finally see Alex. Like, I have a lot of friends I haven't seen over the past few years. I'm looking forward to seeing Moshe. I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing Lewis. Looking forward to seeing journalists from across the continent. I know I'm not going to see Aris because I know he's going to be based in Greece, but I will see lots of other Eurohoops heads, lads. Going to be great crack. But, I mean, we all know what's going on in Ukraine. I mean, I'm not going to Anthony Joshua with terrible descriptions, but I've been fortunate enough with my day job that Alex, for quite a lot of that time during what we've been dealing with here, and more importantly, what he's been dealing with there, has been able to write for us. So I'll be able to see Alex in person, hopefully Thursday, definitely Friday, before Ukraine take on Great Britain. And for me, emotionally, as a person, obviously, but also as a journalist, just, respecting what we do in our business, that's going to mean an awful lot to me. And that's part one. Like I said, part two is night before the final in Berlin. Every journalist I can find, I'm finding a watering hole, and I'm telling them we all get there. And well, now there'll be other nights where we aren't letting Mr. Producer pay for beer, but that night in particular, none of us are letting Mr. Producer pay for beer, and so I'm really looking forward to that. But so that's obviously an emotional part for me. But for all of us who are basketball fans, like if you're watching this channel, you're a basketball fan, or else you're mate of mine and tuned in just to see how I'm doing, which is lovely, Ellie, by the way. Welcome it all together. Is yeah, we get to see some of the greatest, craziest, silliest basketball, pure passion, great fan bases, 5 great venues, and we all just get to enjoy this. And I mean, that's kind of what it's all about, right? Like, it's kind of one of the weird things about covering EuroBasket over the years is the final has often not been the biggest moment from an emotional crowd point. Like, we had a great final last time. Slovenia held off Serbia. We had two pretty damn good finals before, in the two before that, let's be honest. No disrespect to the losing sides, but well, both times Lithuania. Sorry about that. These are great in the semis, but then just overpowered in the final. But like Lithuania semi-final 2015, I'll never forget Jonas Kozlauskas just running through the mixed zone, hand out for like whoever wanted to high five him, but as though he had like robbed a bank and no one was ever going to catch him. The war between Lithuania and Latvia, Slovenia would have been a great game at the last tournament, especially in the last 16. They'd have been both far too high seeded to do it, but it would have been a great game at that round. But Latvia, Slovenia in the quarterfinals last time, unreal. And yet no Latvia this time because they didn't qualify. Finland riding a wave of emotion coming into this, and Laurie Markkinen going full Markamania on everything going on. We've got a few injuries coming on, but we've got the two guys who are carrying the last 4 NBA MVPs into this. And then you go, well, yeah, great, Greece looked good, Serbia looked good. And you kind of go, Turkey have looked like they had players in previous tournaments in recent times, but this is the most together looking Turkey team at a EuroBasket in a long, long time. I had brown hair, and I haven't had it in a while. The last time Turkey had a team that looked this together coming into EuroBasket. There's always France. I got them picked for a medal, actually, which I know will disgust a lot of you. That's in the preview on the site. Check that out. And yeah, it's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy to even think about it. Like, there's so many questions. And like the thing, I've written my group previews. I've written the main preview, but it's going live after this video goes live. You'll see that possibly where you're seeing this video, because this video will be embedded in there, but the link for it will be below after it goes live. And the thing that's been hanging over me has not been my picks for winning it all, not been my picks for MVP, not been my pick for Dark Horse. Nope, it's been my one pick in particular, of who doesn't make the last 16. Because I look at Bosnia in these World Cup qualifiers and I go, how am I not picking them to make the last 16? And I just don't. And you kind of go, with all that, like that, there's so many things we just don't know are going to happen. So whether you're watching at home, whether you're in Tbilisi, whether you're in Prague, Milan, where I'm going to be, or Cologne, or maybe you're going to make it to Berlin, and it'd be great if you do. I'm going to be in Berlin too. We're in for a ride, folks. There's going to be some blowouts, yeah. There's going to be some not great games, yeah. But there's gonna be some battles and there's gonna be some belters. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for beautiful basketball, brawling basketball, and just basketball. And it took me a long time to realize I was okay with that. And yes, for those of you who have been watching long enough, this is a t-shirt with the full lyrics to Africa by Toto on it. Thanks to my mate Ferrell, who is not in any way a basketball fan, who got me this a couple of Christmases ago during the pandemic. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. My flights are at stupid o'clock repeatedly, both to Milan and from Milan to Berlin. But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Like I've yet to watch a EuroBasket. Even go back to when I was a kid, watching. Well, for those who don't, I'll get to that. But watching EuroBasket '97 all the way to what we're getting now. 25 years since my first time watching EuroBasket, which is even insane to think. Yeah, no, it's going to be an extraordinary moment, an extraordinary 2.5 weeks of basketball. For those of you who don't know, my go-to for, if you want to say what made me a European basketball fan, I was into basketball from the Dream Team. I'm one of those annoying people. Sorry, I am 41. It's going to come with the territory. Well, Sasha Djordjevic's three against Croatia in an elimination game in '97 to win it to win it, and of course they went on to win gold. That was like sort of yeah, I'm a European basketball fan right all the way in here now. That was it 25 years ago when I was a 16-year-old. I did fancy a girl who was into basketball, which probably didn't hurt matters at the time. Didn't work out, but I didn't even kiss in the end, to be honest. But that's teenage love or lust. Let's be honest, it's lust. But yeah, so that's what that. So okay, let's get to some actual picks and predictions. If you're reading the main site, you'll see these as well. But so my dark horse run, which isn't actually in the main site, is I currently have Finland making the quarterfinals, which some would say isn't that big an upset, but it's been a long time since they breathed that air. I also, if I recall, yes, I do. I have Israel making the quarterfinals. Now, feel free to ask me in the comments how I got to both those points. Because comments are good, by the way. Get those comments in asking what route do you have Finland getting to the quarterfinals? What route do I have Israel getting to the quarterfinals? And I'll go bronze to gold, given I've gone the other way around on the website. Bronze is France, who lose, if I'm recalling correctly, to Serbia in the semi-finals. This is if I recall correctly. Again, ask me in the comments if I'm recalling correctly. Silver is Slovenia, and gold, yeah, I'll go with the bookies' favourites. After tasting silver so often in recent tournaments over the last decade, Serbia win it all. The Joker is the king. And you might be going, where's Greece? I have Greece going out in the quarterfinals, Slovenia, based on my brackets, which is, just to be clear, stupid. And I agree with you. But tell me why I'm stupid, please, in the comments. In fact, let's get to the comments. So, comments are great, subscriptions are great, ring that bell is great. We really need subscribers in order to grow this channel, in order to grow what we're doing. I've got to be quiet tonight because my flatmate is currently getting ready for bed. It's a bit late here. And so sorry I've been so low voiced during this. But that's all going to be fantastic. And yeah, it's going to be great. And oh yeah, my MVP is Jokic as well, although that's not exactly a shock. The idea of a superstar on a winning team not winning it only happens if he's got a second superstar on that winning team who he loses it to. I know that's horribly predictable, but it's true. Um, who do I want you to watch out for? Watch out for Nurkic, because I don't think he reads ball in Europe. If he does, it'd be great. Yusuf, please read the ball in Europe. But if he needs that bulletin board material for the Bosnia team, I've given it to him inadvertently. So yeah, listen, please like the video, subscribe. That's the big one from what I can see in terms of us being able to hit monetization. We need to hit 1,000 subs, and we're only like 226 when I'm putting this up in order to monetize. And obviously ring the bell if you can, but leave comments, interact, and ask me questions. Like, you tell me, I've asked you a few things myself. You tell me what you want to see during our coverage of EuroBasket. I'll do as much as I can. We're starting Milan, we'll be in Berlin till the end, and I'm really looking forward to all of this. And thank you for your support throughout all of this, and for supporting Ball in Europe coming back the way we have the last couple of weeks, building up slowly over the last 2 months to get real content back. Thanks to the Irish basketball community in particular for giving me reasons to keep caring. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. Two sleeps till EuroBasket. to